You can see the screen?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So we discussed the 15th incarnation. The Lord assumed the form of a dwarf brahmana, Vaman, and visited the arena of sacrifice arranged by Maharaj Bali. Although at heart he was willing to regain the kingdom of the three planetary system, he simply asked for a donation of 3 steps of land. The one way of taking away the kingdom was to deceive him. But there is another ferocious way. The Lord incarnated in the 16th incarnation. Avatāre ṣoḍaśame paśyan brahma-druho nṛpān triḥ-sapta-kṛtvaḥ kupito niḥ-kṣatrām akaron mahīm. So avatāre ṣoḍaśame. ṣoḍaśame means the 16th incarnation. And who appears is paśyan brahma-druho. So to punish those who are disobedient to the orders of the brahmanas, who? The kings, the kṣatriyas, who are not obedient to the brahmanical order. So triḥ-sapta-kṛtvaḥ kupito. 3 means 3 and sapta means 7 times. 3 into 7 is 21 times. So in the 16th incarnation of the God, the Lord as Bhṛgupati, that is Lord Parshuram, Keshavadhita Bhṛgupati Rupa, annihilated the administrative class Kshatriya or the kings 21 times. In this incarnation of Lord Parshuram, he killed the Kshatriya kings all over the planet, not once or twice, 21 times, being angry with them because of their rebellion against the brahmanas. There is a place in Kurukshetra where there was a big pool of reservoir of blood. Why? Because Lord Parshuram slain so many Kshatriyas. So a whole huge reservoir of blood pool was there. The Kshatriyas or the administrative class of men are expected to rule the planet by the direction of the intelligent class of men. So the brahmanas are the advisors and the Kshatriyas must act according to the advice of the brahmanas. Today I was giving class in Punjabi Bagh, and it was very clearly mentioned in Bhāgavatam that even when Lord Krishna was ruling in Dwarika, he was not taking decisions on his own. He was taking decisions from his council of ministers, and the chief of his counselors, his minister, was Shriman Uddhavji. So without the advice and consultation of Uddhavji, Krishna was not taking decisions. He was the counselor of Krishna. So much trust Krishna had in him. So when the administrative class, the kings, when they were disobedient, they were not following the rule as per the advice of the brahmanas, or they neglected the brahmanas, or they disrespected the brahmanas. So disrespecting the brahmanical class means calling a curse upon oneself. So here it is said that the Kshatriyas or the administrative class of men are expected to rule the planet by the direction of the intelligent class of men, who give direction to the rulers in terms of standard shāstras or the book of revealed knowledge. So as per scriptures, the rulers carry on the administration according to that direction. Whenever there is disobedience on the part of the Kshatriya or administrative class against the orders of the learned and intelligent brahmanas, the administrators are removed by force from the post and arrangement is made for better administration. Can someone give some examples from Shastras where the rulers were removed. The rulers were forcibly removed by the administrative class was removed. Yes, Ganesh Prabhu?
Prabhuji, Vibhishana in place of Ravana, Ram.
But Lord Ram did not take the position of Brahmana. He was not the advisor for Ramana. Here it is said that the Brahmanical class removed. Here we have discussed it. We have discussed it here only, in these avatars only. Yes, Dayashil Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, the father of Prithu Maharaj.
Yes.
Removed.
King Vena. King Vena was removed forcibly by the Brahmanas just by chanting of the mantras. He was slain. He was killed. He was uprooted. So it is very important. You see, this is a very important principle in our life also. We should not try to take our independent decisions. Otherwise, we will be caught. What caught? We will never be freed from our karmic cycle. What will be the basis of our decision? The basis of our decision will be our mind and intelligence. And what is the mind and intelligence? Influenced by the modes. So we will remain in that vicious cycle. So this was there even in our temple management also. We have temple management council. The president is not supposed to take independent decisions. It is great concern if he does so. Why? Because one person on his own, there is all possibility that he may be influenced by his own likings and dislikings. So the king is supposed to do justice to all. And he is the one who takes the responsibility of all his citizens for their welfare and for their progress in spiritual path. So similarly, in our life, we should have someone who is giving guidance as per śāstras, as per scriptures. Otherwise, we will be remaining in the karmic reaction, the cycle, the modes, the desire, the raga, the dvesha. And for a king, because he holds the position, so any leadership position means he should not take his own whimsical decision. He must consult or he must have someone to guide. Otherwise, he will create havoc. So Lord incarnated in the form of Bhṛgupati Parshuram. And you know, the very famous exchange between Lord Parshuram and Lord Ram. When Lord Ram, he broke the bow of Lord Shiva. So Parshuram appears and he also threatens. But of course, Lord Ram is personification of dharma. Everything he did is in accordance with dharma. So very ferocious activity performed by Bhṛgupati, Parshuram, Lord Parshuram, that he slain the kṣatriyas. He completely decimated the entire Kshatriya class from the planet Earth 21 times, not once or twice, 21 times. Okay, we go to the next incarnation. Tata saptadashe jata satyavatyaam parasharat chakre veda taroshakha dishtva pumsa alpamedasa. Thereafter, in the 17th incarnation of Godhead, Satyavatyam Parasharat, Sri Vyasadeva appeared in the womb of Satyavati by Parashar Muni. You know the famous story? That how Parashar Muni engaged Satyavati to deliver this incarnation of Parashar, the Vyasadeva, who is the literary incarnation. And he divided the one Veda into several branches and sub-branches, seeing that the people in general were less intelligent. Drishtva Pumsa. Drishtva means vision, to be able to see the future. And Pumsa means mass of men, people. What they will be? Alpamedesam. That in the age of Kali, the people will be less intelligent. They will not be having sufficient memory. So, very mercifully, he divided the Vedas into several branches and he scripted them. He made it in the form of presentation in the form of book. Originally, the Veda is one, but Srila Vyasadeva divided the original Veda into four, namely Sam, Yajur, Rig, and Arthava. And then again, they were explained in different branches like the Puranas and the Mahabharata. Vedic language and the subject matter are very difficult for ordinary men. They are understood by the highly intelligent and self-realized brahmanas. But the present age of Kali is full of ignorant men. Even those who are born by the Brahmana father are in the present age no better than the Shudras or the women. Even those who are born by a Brahmana father no better than the Shudras or a woman. The twice born man, namely the Brahmanas, Kshatriyas and Vaishyas, are expected to undergo a cultural purificatory process known as the samskars. But because of the bad influence of the present age, the so-called member of the Brahmana and other high-order families are no longer highly cultured. They are all called Dvijabandhus. You know what is Dvijabandhu? Many times in the Bhāgavatam, this word is used, Dvijabandhu. What it means, Dvijabandhu? Yes, there, Shilbro.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji is son of a Brahmana, but he is not having the quality of Brahman.
Very good. Very good. Precise answer. One who is only claiming to be a Brahmana, who is born in the family of a Brahmana, but he does not have the qualifications or the characteristics of a Brahmana. Little Gaurangi is sincerely, very sincerely seated in her seat. There she'll grow. You're hearing?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Is she there with you in her own seat? Okay. So that is Dvijabandhu. So actually there is hardly a Brahmana. Because the qualification of a Brahmana, the minimum platform of a Brahmana is one who is self-realized. Brahma iti janati so Brahmana. One who has realized that he is not this body, but he is the eternal soul. Then only he qualifies to be called as a Brahmana. Not by just being born to a father or a mother who claims to be in a Brahmana lineage or family. So everyone in Kali Yuga is Dvijabandhu in the Brahmana Brahmanical order. They are called Dvijabandhus or the friends and family members of the twice born. But these Dvijabandhus are classified among the Shudras and the women. Srila Vyasadeva divided the Vedas into various branches and sub-branches for the sake of less intelligent classes like the Dvijabandhus, Shudras and women. Actually, Mahabharata is said to be for those who cannot study Vedas. It is for those who are Dvijabandhus, those who are Shudras and those who are Striyas. What is the verse in Bhagavad Gita? Krishna says, Mami partha vipashritya ye api syu papayoniya striyo vaishyo tatha shudra tepi yanti param gati. So how can they achieve the param gati? How can they achieve the ultimate goal or the destination? For them, Srila Vyasadeva gave them Mahabharata. Mahabharata. Naradevatma apanna surakarya chikirshaya samudra nigrahadini chakre viryanya athaparam. In the 18th incarnation, Lord appeared as King Ram. Nara devatpam apanna, in order to perform some pleasing work for the demigods. So he appears in the form of Nara. And what is the purpose? Sura karya chikirshaya. Sura means the demigods. Karya means for their actions or for their purposes. And what it does? Samudra nigrahadini. He exhibited superhuman powers by controlling the Indian Ocean and then killing the atheist king Ravana, who was on the other side of the sea, Lord Ram. More description about Lord Ram is given in the 9th canto. 2 chapters are dedicated to Lord Ram. And also there is mention of Lord Ram in the 5th canto. The personality of Godhead Sri Ram assumed the form of a human being and appeared on the earth for the purpose of doing some pleasing work for the demigods or the administrative personalities to maintain the order of the universe. Sometimes great demons and atheists like Ravan and Hiranyakashipu and many others become very famous due to advancing material civilization by the help of material science and other activities, with the spirit of challenging the established order of the Lord. For example, the attempt to fly to other planets by material means is a challenge to the established order. The conditions of each and every planet are different, and different class of human beings are accommodated there for particular purposes mentioned in the codes of the Lord. But puffed up by teeny success, Prabhupada never said tiny, Prabhupada said teeny success in material advancement. Sometimes the godless materialist challenged the existence of God. Ravana was one of them, and he wanted to transport ordinary men to the planet of Indra heaven by material means without consideration of the necessary qualifications. He wanted a staircase to be built up directly, reaching the heavenly planets, so that people might not be required to undergo the routine of pious work necessary to enter that planet. He also wanted to perform other acts against the established rule of the Lord. He even challenged the authority of Sri Ram, the personality of Godhead, and kidnapped his wife Sita. Of course, Lord Ram had come to chastise such a theist. Answering the prayers and desires of the demigods, he therefore took up the challenge of Ravana, and the complete activity is the subject matter of Ramayana. Because Lord Ramachandra was personality of Godhead, he exhibited superhuman activities which no human being, including the materially advanced Ravan, could perform. Lord Ramachandra prepared a royal road on the Indian Ocean with stones that floated on the water. Remember, we witnessed that. Stones just in the mid of the ocean. It was amazing. It is still there in Rameshwaram. You can still see that there is a stone pathway in the midst of the ocean. The modern scientists have done research in the area of weightlessness, but it is not possible to bring in weightlessness anywhere and everywhere. But because weightlessness is the creation of the Lord, by which he can make the gigantic planets fly and float in the air, he made the stones even within this earth to be weightless and prepared a stone bridge on the sea without any supporting pillar. That is the display power of God. So, for Lord Ram, we can say, if someone claims to be God or incarnation, you make the stone float on water. As for Lord Krishna, Srila Prabhupada used to challenge, and you try and lift even one paper on your small finger. You cannot lift that. And Krishna lifted the entire Govardhan hill. So this is the extraordinary display of the Supreme Lord when he comes for a specific purpose to perform a specific activity. एकोनविंशे विंशति में वृष्णिषु प्राप्य जन्मनि रामकृष्ण इति भुवो भगवान अर्हत भारान. In the 19th and 20th incarnation, the Lord invented himself as Lord Balaram and Lord Krishna in the family of Vrishni, the Yadu dynasty. And by so doing, he removed the burden of the world. The specific mention of the word Bhagwan in this text indicates that Balaram and Krishna are original form of the Lord. This will be further explained later. Lord Krishna is not an incarnation of the Purusha, as we learn from the beginning of this chapter. He is directly the original personality of Godhead, and Balaram is the first plenary manifestation of the Lord. From Baldev, the first phalanx of plenary expansion, Vasudev, Sankarshana, Aniruddha and Pradyumna expands. Lord Shri Krishna is Vasudev and Baldev is Sankarshana. Even they are also mentioned here as 19th and 20th incarnation. Tata kalo sampravritte sammohaya suradvisham buddho namna anjasa suta ikateshu bhavishyati. Then in the beginning of the Kali Yuga, the Lord will appear as Lord Buddha. Kikateshu in the province of Gaya, Bhavishyati. Buddha namna, Buddho namna Anjana sutaha. Buddho namna Anjana sutaha. See, 5,000 years ago, more than 5,000 years ago, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam was spoken. Even the name of the mother is given. Where he will appear, that is also given. See, such precise explanation and details are given. Tatha, thereafter, Kalau in the age of Kali, sampravritte, having ensued some mohya for the purpose of deluding Sura of the atheists, of the theist, Dvisham, those who are envious, Buddha, Lord Buddha, Namna of the name, Anjana Sutta, whose mother was Anjana, Kikateshu, in the province of Gaya, Bihar, Bhavishyati will take place. Just for the purpose of deluding those who are envious of the faithful theist. Lord Buddha is a powerful incarnation of the personality of Godhead, appeared in the province of Gaya, Bihar, as the son of Anjana, and he preached his own conception of non-violence and deprecated even the animal sacrifice sanctioned in the Vedas. At the time when Lord Buddha appeared, the people in general were atheistic and preferred animal flesh to anything else. On the plea of Vedic sacrifice, every place was practically turned into a slaughterhouse, and animal killing was indulged in unrestrictedly. Lord Buddha preached non-violence, taking pity on the poor animals. He preached that he did not believe in the tenets of the Vedas and stressed the adverse psychological effect incurred by animal killing. Less intelligent men of the age of Kali who had no faith in God followed his principle. For the time being, they were trained in moral disciplines and non-violence, the preliminary step for proceeding further on the path of God realization. He deluded the atheist because such atheists who followed his principles did not believe in God, but kept their absolute faith in Lord Buddha, who himself was the incarnation of God. Thus, the faithless people were made to believe in God in the form of Lord Buddha. That was the mercy of Lord Buddha. He made the faithless faithful to him. killing of animals. So you know, Lord Buddha, when he came, so he rejected the Vedas. Why he rejected the Vedas? Why Lord Buddha rejected the Vedas? Do I only there, Shri Prabhu will answer? Yes, Pranav?
Because malpractices by the name of Veda. People used to slaughter animal in the name of Veda.
Yeah,
Found it
there
disturbing.
are sacrificial recommendations in the Vedas, in the Karma Kandas. The offering of the animals as sacrifice. And there was very mass slaughtering of the animals. So, Lord Buddha had pity on them. He had mercy on them. So, he rejected the Vedas so as to stop this animal sacrifice. But you see the paradox. Even Buddhists now eat meat and they say they are followers of Buddha. How can they be Buddhist? The purpose of Lord Buddha's Buddhism policy is non-violence, no killing, no animal killing. And those who are claiming to be Buddhist and they are consuming animals, so what kind of Buddhist are they? What are they actually? What are these class of people called? Is this Purport Prabhupada is highlighting? Purushottam, what category of people are these? पुरुषोत्तम प्रभु बोलिए.
Less intelligent.
नहीं, लेस इंटेलिजेंट यहाँ नहीं है. लेस इंटेलिजेंट वहां था जहां व्यासदेव आए. जो लेस इंटेलिजेंट क्लास के लिए उन्होंने वेदास को डिवाइड किया और प्रेजेंट किया. यहाँ क्या बताया? यस रविंद्र प्रभु.
Yes, Prabhuji, envious people.
Yeah, envious and atheist. Atheist. They were faithless. They were faithless, atheist, envious people. So to instill faith in Lord Buddha, they were transformed from remaining faithless to having some faith in Lord Buddha when they accepted the principles given by Lord Buddha. Very important is to accept the principles given. Today also I was discussing in the morning session that the first step is to have acceptance. We may be hearing. We are hearing. We are also attempting to hear. But how much of hearing is transforming into accepting the principles? And to the extent we are accepting, we will gradually start to appreciate. And to the extent we are able to appreciate, to that extent we will have attraction. And to the extent we have attraction, we will become more inclined. We will have attachment. And as we build our attraction, attachment by acceptance and appreciation, there will be a small desire to apply. And when we apply, then only the transformation will happen. There are various levels. So very important is that these Vedic principles which are given by our Acharya Srila Prabhupada, the first thing is we should wholeheartedly accept it. That yes, this is for my own welfare, this is for my own growth, for my own progress. And we do not bring our own material conception and spoil it. So the conception that was given by Lord Buddha is to stop animal killing or the cruelty towards animal by rejecting the Vedas. It's been not accepted by so-called those who are claiming to be Buddhist. They are actually not Buddhist. They remain the same. They remain faithless, envious, and atheist. As Srila Prabhupada is pointing out here. This is what Srila Prabhupada challenged when he went to the West and he preached. He said, show me one Christian. He said, show me one person who is following Lord Jesus Christ. Show me one person. And whoever came, Prabhupada completely blew him off by saying that the first commandment, Jesus says that thou shalt not kill. And you are murdering and slaughtering so many animals. You are eating meat and flesh. So how can you claim to be Christian? How can you be a follower of Christ? So similarly, we may also be questioned. We are claiming to be in ISKCON. We are claiming to be the follower of Srila Prabhupada. But how much we are accepting the principles and the guidance given by Srila Prabhupada in our life? Otherwise, you'll remain in the same category. So, he appears in the form of Buddha to deceive those who are faithless and atheist. Killing of animal before the advent of Lord Buddha was the most prominent feature of the society. People claimed that these were Vedic sacrifices. When the Vedas are not accepted through the authoritative disciplic succession, the casual readers of the Vedas are misled by the flowery language of that system of knowledge. In the Bhagavad Gita, a comment has been made on such foolish scholars. Avipashchita. Which verse is this? From Bhagavad Gita? Quickly, it should come. Which verse? Here attentively, please focus. Only 1 hour of both hearing and studying combined. Hardly anyone studies after that or before the class. Which verse is this? Did you all read what Srila Prabhupada's purport is? Which verse in Bhagavad Gita? Devashish, why you have stopped your video? Pranav, your video is also up. So many times I have suggested. There is no point unless and until it is you are sitting comfortably in your room and with video off. What to say? Bolo, which verse of Bhagavad Gita? We have read that verse so many times. No one is answering. I will also not answer. Let us just complete the verse. The foolish scholars of Vedic literature do not care to receive the transcendental message through the transcendental realized source of disciplic succession. Very important statement. The foolish scholars of Vedic literatures do not care to receive the transcendental message through the transcendental realized source of disciplic succession, are sure to be bewildered. By them, the ritualistic ceremonies are considered to be all in all. They have no depth of knowledge. According to Bhagavad Gita 15:15, Vedescha sarver ahameva vedyo. The whole system of the Vedas is to lead one gradually to the path of Supreme Lord. The whole theme of Vedic literature is to know the Supreme Lord and the individual soul the cosmic situation and the relation between these items. When the relation is known, the relative function begins. Beautiful. When the relation is known, the relative function begins. And as a result of such a function, the ultimate goal of life, going back to Godhead, takes place in the easiest manner. Unfortunately, unauthorized scholars of the Vedas become captivated by the purificatory ceremonies only, and the natural progress is thereby checked. To such bewildered persons of atheistic propensity, Lord Buddha is the emblem of theism. He therefore first of all wanted to check the habit of animal killing. The animal killers are dangerous elements on the path of going back to Godhead. There are two types of animal killers. The soul is also sometimes called the animal or the living being. Therefore, both the slaughter of animal and those who have lost their identity as souls are animal killers. Famous verse of beginning of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, 10th canto, talks about animal killer. Anyone knows the verse? Nivritta tarshe rupagiyamana bhava ṣoḍaśame mano bhirama ka uttam shloke gunanuvadat. And what is the last line? Pashugna. Vira vimarjan, vina pashugna. Who will not give the ear to hear the glories of the Supreme Lord? Only that person who is the killer, animal killer. And animal killer here means one who is the killer of the self, the soul. Puman virajya vina pashugna. So the animal killer is of two types. One is who is the gross slaughterer of the animals, and second is one who, having come in this human form of life, is not realizing who he is, or is not making an attempt for self-realization. So he is also an animal killer. Shastra says he is Atmaha. He is the killer of the soul. So in Kali Yuga, there are millions and millions of such animal killers and Atmaha. Maharaj Parikshit said that only the animals cannot relish the transcendental message of the Supreme Lord. I think it is 10.1.3. Open Manoram Prabhu. Because it is mentioned Maharaj Parikshit. It is 10.1.2 or 3. In the beginning of the 10th canto. Parikshit Maharaj is speaking this verse. Nivrita tarsher upagiye mana bhavaushadha shrot mano bhirama ka uttam shloke gunanuvada vina puman virajyat vina pashukna. This is 2. The C3. This is not the verse. No, it is Avtirna Yadu Vanshe. One moment. Any one of you can find out Nivrita Tarshiye Upagiye Mana. Anyway, my handphone is not working.
Prabhuji, is this the verse 10.1?
Okay, good. Thank you. Puman virajyat vina pashugnath. This is the last line. Puman virajyat vina pashugnath. Very beautiful verse. So it says nivritta tarsher, one who is released from all the tarsher, from the hankering and lamentation. So such a person, upagi manat, can hear about bhav-aushadha. The aushadhi means the medication. The medication which can bhav-aushadhi, this which can release one from this bhavasagara of repeated birth and self. And what is that bhav-aushadhi? Is shrotra. Shrotra means the oral reception, which is manobhirama, which is pleasing to the mind and to the heart. What is pleasing to the mind and the heart? What one should hear is ka uttam shloke gunanuvada. Uttam shloke is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and gunanuvadat is the pastime and the activities of the Lord. Who will not hear? Who does not have time or interest to hear the uttam shloke gunanuvadat? Person who is puman virajyet. Who and his pashugnath. Pashu is animal and ghnath means killer. So come down, see the translation. Glorification of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is performed in the parampara system, that is, it is conveyed from spiritual master to disciple. Prabhupada, this is Prabhupada's contribution. Such glorification is relished by those who no longer interested in the false temporary glorification of the cosmic manifestation. Description of the Lord are the right medicine for the conditioned soul undergoing repeated birth and death. Therefore, who will cease hearing such glorification of the Lord except a butcher or one who is killing his own self? A very beautiful verse. Today I found out. Before Srila Shukadeva Goswami begins to recite Krishna Lila in the 10th canto, he gives a very, very profuse benediction. If you have opened up, so please show that verse. I was very much inspired to see this verse. It is 9:24:61. Anywhere and everywhere I, try to present Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, only one topic comes up. Only one topic comes up, and that is the glory of hearing Krishna Katha. Nothing else. There is nothing else which has the potency to what is there in the hearing process. Very beautiful verse. Kalau janishyamananam dukkha shoka tamonudam anugraha bhaktanam supunyam vyatanodhyasha. Goswami is benedicting. He says that to show causeless mercy to the devotees who would take birth in the future in the age of Kali. Of course, we have taken birth in the age of Kali. Whether we classify as devotees or not, we are not sure. But for those who will become devotees or those who are aspiring to become devotees and who will appear in the age of Kali, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna acted in such a way that simply by remembering him, one will be freed from all lamentation and unhappiness of material existence. Dukkha shoka tama nudam. He will be freed or he will be released from all shoka, which is lamentation, dukkha, it is unhappiness, and tamo means the ignorance. In other words, he acted so that all the future devotees, by accepting the instructions of Krishna consciousness stated in Bhagavad Gita, could be relieved from the pangs of material existence. I'll go to the next verse. So how to remember? 1 minute. This verse was speaking about that even remembering once. Yeah. Go up in the translation. It is saying that by remembering him, is it easy to remember Krishna? Can we remember Krishna? Just by our desire to remember, in the entire day, during once, do we remember Krishna? Do we think of Krishna? Even while chanting Hare Krishna, do we think of Krishna? Or do we remember Krishna? The influence of the age of Kali is so overwhelming. So show the next verse. So he gives the process also, how to remember Krishna. Yashmin satkarna piyushe yashastirtha vare sakret shrotanjalir upasprisya dhunoti karma vasana. Very beautiful verse. Yasmin, wait. Yasmin satkarna piyushe. Let us see the word meaning. Yasmin, in the history of transcendental activities of Krishna upon the surface of the earth. Yasmin means upon, for him. So, Satkarna Piyushe, who pleases the demands of the transcendental purified ears. Not ordinary ear can hear. Which ears will hear? Who has Satkarna. And Piyushe means to drink. Piyushe means to absorb or to drink. And how this katha is to be absorbed or drunk is through the ears. How? Shrotanjalir upasprisya. Shrotanjali means the sense of hearing, in the form of hearing the transcendental message. And upasprisya means touch, like touching the water of Ganges. Or you see the munis and the sages, sometimes as soon as they enter the water, they touch the water and they recite the mantra. It is called upasprisya. When you will see, Vyasadeva will begin his prayers. We will come in the 5th chapter. So we are in the 3rd, we are coming. There is only one chapter in between. But then the same word is being used, that Vyasadeva upasprisya. So touching the water, dhunoti, that means, dhunoti means completely washed away. Or here it is said destroyed. Dhunoti means to completely cleansed, to remove even a slightest bit of dirt or trace of dirt. What it removes, Krishna Katha, which is Shrotanjali Piyusha Karma Vasana. The strong desire, Vasana. Vasana means the desire which is inside, which has already taken the form of a seed, which is about to be fructified. The strong desire for fruitive activities. It is called karma bandh or karma fash. Simply by hearing the glories of the Lord through purified transcendental ears, the devotees of the Lord are immediately freed from strong material desires and engagement in fruitive activities. Such is the power of Krishna Katha. Stop it. And one devotee, after the class was over, he raised this question: we are hearing, but why this is not working? So how much are we hearing? How much we are accepting? How much we are appreciating? How much we are attractive? How much attachment is there? And how much application is there? To that extent, it will work. It is working. It is definitely, there is work in progress. There is definitely some visible work in progress. But there is more. There is much more that we need to achieve. So here we see all these various incarnations has been described. And we will come to the next verses where Srila Vyasadeva. There are few more we have discussed. Buddha, there is one more, Kalki. And then the conclusion will be there of this chapter. That Krishna willing will be doing it tomorrow. Yesterday only I said that we will not miss the class day before yesterday. But yesterday I had to prepare for Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam class. Although I was continuing the same subject matter and you also continued, so I'm happy. So please try not to miss. Try to come to the level of Nityam Bhagavad Sevaya. We have Nityam Bhojan Sevaya, or we don't have Nityam Bhojan Sevaya. And there is no Seva. Huh? Every day we eat. We don't forget to eat any day. And every day we sleep. Let us have at least one activity of daily shravanam, hearing and chanting. Most powerful way of elevating the soul, the consciousness, is daily hearing and daily chanting as far as possible. Hare Krishna. Some contributions, some questions, some comment? Bolo? Why only I should be keep talking? Yesterday I was very tired. I came back from office at 5:30, almost exhausted. Slept at 5:30 evening. Woke up at 7:30. From 7:30 to 9:30 I did my services. And from 9:30 I started to study till 1 in the night. And then again woke up at 3:30. If you have to get some gain, some inspiration, you have to put effort. And these two beautiful verses I found out. Very beautiful. This is Srila Shukadeva Goswami is building up the enthusiasm in Parikshit Maharaj. And Parikshit Maharaj is equally responding. That was the second verse that you first showed. That is the second verse what Srila Shukadeva Goswami is saying. 10:1. Please don't take it. I have to finish the class. There are some other things I have to do. But Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is unlimited. Unlimited. And the nectar is also unlimited. What is the verse? What is the verse? The glory of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Nigam kalpatarur galitam phalam. Sukhamukhad amrit dravya samyutam. Pibatam Bhāgavatam rasamalayam. Pibatam Bhāgavatam rasamalayam. Muhuraho bhuvika bhuvi bhavaka. Gradually, if you can come into the spirit of hearing and appreciating Bhagavatam, that means nivritta tarshe. When one is getting released from the material existence. Hare Krishna. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bol.